There are only 4 rules in this book, yet most people break all 4 of them by breakfast. Today, we're going to be going over the 4 agreements, a book that was recommended to me by many people whenever I would tell them about my spiritual awakening, just where I was at with life and my beliefs. This simple book matters to me and a lot of people because it shows them that most of the suffering that we endure in this life comes from ourselves, not the government, not your parents, not anybody but yourself, and the laundry list of agreements that you learn while growing up. The book isn't about positivity, it's about unlearning. It's basically a deprogramming manual. From the moment we're kids, we are told what to do, what not to do. When we do those things that our parents or our teachers want us to do, we get awarded for that and we get a spike of dopamine. We feel great about ourselves. When we don't do something that our parents want us to do, that our preacher wants us to do, we get punished for it. After a long time of having these rules or agreements based around us, by the time we're on our own, we have so many agreements, thousands of agreements that we have made with ourselves that we use all of our energy on to go about our day. So by the end of the day, we don't have any energy or any mental capacity to do any inner work or any thinking. This simple short book is a great tool for emotional freedom. I also believe it is a great start, a great jump start to your spiritual awakening. It's a bridge between spirituality and daily behavior. Agreement number 1, be impeccable with your word. The word impeccable means without sin. Understand that your words create reality. No matter what you believe, no matter what you think, it is a fact. Your words create reality. You manifest. You manifest pain, you manifest trauma, you manifest gain, you manifest success. Whatever it is, you have to speak it out, and it lets those vibrations out into the world for the universe to understand. Watch what you're saying. The self-talk and the self-judgment matters. You can't say, I'm a dummy. You're going to start believing you're a dummy. You're going to become a dummy. When you're talking with other people, gossiping, that is also, you have to watch what you say with other people because that is spreading poison. Venting, it's okay to vent, but you have to understand what it's doing. By reinforcing the negativity, the negative things that happen throughout your day, you're bringing it back to the now. You're bringing it from the past to the now. Speaking against yourself is the most common form of black magic. After my first year of college, it was actually during my first year of college, I remember for some reason, I have never talked bad about myself. I've always loved myself and loved who I was. For some reason, I was referring to myself as fat ass. I kept saying, oh, my fat ass or something like that. I wasn't even big or anything like that, right? I kept saying that shit and joking around about it. And then I literally put on almost 80 pounds in a 4-month span due to whatever external things, you know what I'm saying? I was taking antidepressants and I was eating like shit like college. I lived on the dorms right across the street from a Freddy's, a ice cream place, and McDonald's, Pizza Hut. So I was eating that shit almost every single day, and then I had my breakfast and stuff like that. It was free because it was part of my my college deal or whatever. But regardless of that, before I even started gaining weight, I was referring to myself as fat ass, my fat ass, my fat ass. I gained so much weight, it changed my life. It changed my life. I didn't even feel comfortable going out. My friends didn't even fuck with me no more. My friends didn't fuck with me no more. It wasn't cool, but it was the reality that I brought onto myself because I was talking so negatively about myself to begin with. I created my reality through my words. I was not impeccable with my words. You can also do this with anything. You can do this but you can reverse it. So instead of saying whatever you usually say, catch whatever you usually say about yourself. Whether if you feel like you don't do, you can't be alone, or you don't think that you're good at something, figure out what you say daily. This is what you need to do. You need to pay attention to what you're saying and catch those negative thoughts, or if those negative words leave your mouth about you, catch it and challenge it. So instead of saying, oh, my fat ass, I started to say, I'm handsome, I'm losing weight, and I'm do I need to say anymore? Okay. Agreement number 2. Don't take anything personally. Don't take it personally. Nothing others do is about you. It's usually about the agreements that they place upon themselves. This emotional pain can come from misidentification. It's not who you are. It's not what you think. It's not who they say you are. It's not what they think. They're just having a bad day. People project their wounds, their fears, their agreements on everything. I do it, you do it. Taking things personally is giving whoever, whatever it is, your emotional authority. When's the last time that you said, oh, that person made me mad? Or, oh, that person made me happy? Or, oh, that person made you? They did not make you. And you didn't make them. It's you, it's your inner world and their inner world colliding. So you can't take anything personal. It's easier said than done. And I'm not saying take disrespect. There's a fine line between like just being naive and taking it up the rear and just understanding where the other person's fear and hate is coming from. I like to say it's honoring people where they stand. Like I understand that is how you are. I cannot let that affect me. I see why you're saying that, but that's not going to affect me. I'm not taking that personal. You're calling me stupid because you're having a bad day. I'm not stupid. I know I'm not stupid. And if I want to argue with you about it, then that is signaling that in somewhere in my head, I believe that I'm stupid as well. And I had to defend that. No, we're not doing that. You think I'm stupid? I love you, brother. You love me? I'm not taking that personal because you're just having a good day, you know? So that's why you don't take things personal, because somebody might just be having a good day. And then so they say something like really nice to you. Boom. Okay, don't take it personal, because they probably wouldn't have said that if they were having a bad day. You can't take anything personal because it starts to lead into, you know, validation, needing validation from others, this and that, whatever. Like I said, giving up your emotional authority. A good example of not taking things personal, being online, man. Super Bowl just got over with. I don't even know why. I am getting upset whenever I'm seeing a lot of people, like not even a lot of people. I feel like it's like top certain percenters talking about the halftime show. And I think it's just like, it's a part of their agenda. Trump did it, Jake Paul did it, blah, blah, blah. So they're like obviously making hate groups and like sending hate. I could let it really upset me, but I'm just detached from it. I can't take that personal. I'm not going to let that upset me. I send my homie some memes. He don't like none of them. Family. I love the family, but them guys are not like me, and I'm not like them. They don't understand what I'm talking about. They don't understand. They wouldn't even understand why I did my hair like this. But I can't take that personal. It's people's inner worlds. It's just their inner world. They would never, you would never. You don't understand why they would. They don't understand why you would. You just can't take shit personal. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. You know what they say about making assumptions? You know what I'm saying? Assumptions they make unnecessary suffering. I know there's somebody in particular that comes to my head whenever I'm talking about this one, because I assumed and I have created a whole fantasy as to why this person don't fuck with me. And that's where most conflicts come from. It comes from not asking questions, unspoken expectations, mind reading, and filling in gaps with fear. Communication is literally a spiritual practice. That is how we put spells on people. That is how we put spells on ourselves. Communication is S tier. That is how we share stories. That is how we share feelings, love. That is how I'm writing to myself in the future right now. Hopefully I'm speaking English. Hopefully I can understand English. I don't know, but I'm trying to find this. This is for me and you guys. In reality, assumptions just help your ego heal. It's just a trick. It's not real. Asking questions is the most stand up thing that you could do. It shows humility and it shows courage. Usually people don't want to ask questions because they don't want to act stupid, or they don't want to sound crazy, or they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that, or they don't want to feel mean, you know, they don't want to feel like they're, you know, condescending or anything like that. Or whenever you text your crush or your homeboy, that time that they're not texting back, you're assuming you got so many stories and fantasies in your head as to why that, you know, your crush ain't texting back. You're gonna be like, damn, they don't like me no more, like they must be doing something else. Or your boyfriend or girlfriend, they'll be like, why aren't they texting me back? Like, who they with? Creating, just literally, it's a fantasy. It's not even real. You're just like going crazy for nothing. Just fucking ask. Because if you don't ask, you're going to start spiraling, and it's going to affect your mood and your behavior. And then, so say you don't even ask, like, well, what the hell were you doing when you weren't texting me back? Say that you really think like, man, he was with somebody else, or she was with somebody else. Oh, I'm going to start moving like this. Or you start to get distant with them or something like that, just because you were too afraid to ask them, hey, what were you doing? Number 5, do your best. Doing your best doesn't mean overdoing it. And that is one thing that we have been taught in our society, is if you're not breaking a sweat, if you're not the first to get done, if you're not working the hardest, then like you're not doing your best. That's not what it is. This is my best. I'm doing my best right now, and the results are doing the rest of the work for me. If you know that you're doing your best, there is no room for regret. There is no room for self-doubt. There is no room for shame or anything like that. Now, that doesn't mean overdo it. Say it with me. Doing your best isn't overdoing it. You don't want to do that, you know? Like, you're wasting way more energy than you need to. If you know you're doing your best, you will feel it. And that's all that matters. Do your best whenever it comes to resting, laying down some boundaries, and showing some compassion. I really want to emphasize the boundaries part, especially pairing it with other agreements, like not taking things personal and not assuming, because it becomes way more easy to say no to things that you genuinely don't want to do. Because if you don't want to do it, you're not going to do your best. But if you say yes, it's because you're assuming that they're going to be mad at you, and that's you taking it personal. It's okay to say no. It's okay to not do things that you don't want to do. Like, put those boundaries down and do your best to stick to those boundaries. People will respect you way more, and you will find yourself in way better rooms around people that love you. Because if you start laying down some boundaries and people don't respect it, they probably shouldn't be in your room with you. Like, that's not a good friend. That's not a good boyfriend, girlfriend, parent, anything like that. Like, you can lay down your boundaries with anybody, and if they don't respect it, then they can keep it moving. Why are they trying to change you? If somebody was trying to change you, then they don't really love you. Vice versa. Doing your best turns self-doubt, self-judgment into self-help and self-love. The true meaning of this book and what it's trying to get you to do is undo all the unconscious programming to help you break free and get your own inner freedom and be in touch with your real true self. It's not rules, it's awareness practicing. Once you start to implement this in your everyday life, you will start to see, and then you'll be able to practice based off of that and challenge yourself to be a happier person, to have less stress, to love your partner better, easier. This isn't a rule book. It's a book about awareness practicing. It's about becoming aware of your inner world and who you are. My honest takes from it, it can be repetitive, 4 rules. So it can be repetitive, but it's simple. It's easy to understand. With me saying it's simple and it's easy to understand, I do want to say it oversimplifies traumas. I understand that there's a lot of crappy things that have been done to people. So it's not just as easy as not taking it personal or not assuming. I understand that. And with that, it also kind of goes hand in hand with it being easier said than done. With all that being said, it works best with self-reflection. My story isn't the same as your story. It might be easier for me to apply these 4 agreements to my life, to my daily life, than it is your daily life. So I think that this book is good and not so good for some people. I feel like it's good for people that are starting their own spiritual journey or interested in starting their own spiritual journey. I feel like it's good for anybody that's struggling with self-talk. I also feel like it's good for people that are looking for some new daily principles, some just a change in their routine and in their daily life. I don't think that this book is for anybody that is red pill, like, honestly, because anybody that's red pill is going to just say, don't be a pussy, eat chicken and rice, drink some water, and go for a 14-mile run and take a cold shower after you're done, and then make $1 million and you won't be sad anymore. Also, I don't think that this book is for anybody that's looking for a miracle. Reading this book, you're not going to wake up the next day and suddenly be enlightened. This book is about practicing, so you need to practice these things every single day, and with honesty, with true honesty. You can't just skip over anything. You have to identify yourself and observe yourself and be real with yourself. It's not going to happen in one day. With that being said, I would definitely give this book 8 out of 10. It's an easy book to read. It's probably 150 pages. It gets right to the point. It's awesome. It's a great book. I recommend it to everybody. I actually don't have it right now. I gave it to my tattoo artist. I think that it's an amazing book to read, even if you're not spiritual, even if you're just like looking for self-help, you know, like mental help. I think it's $5. I literally think it's $5. Check it out. But I want to know from you guys, what agreement is broken the most in your daily life? Make Mizzy at this busy.